today could be one of those season-defining episodes. We've got our big local derby away against the top of the league team. A win could put us into a place that we've agreed not to talk about. Plus, we're in the FA Cup second round in a game that's potentially winnable, but we're not going to talk about that either. We should probably just get on with it, eh? Hello and welcome to Season 2, Part 4 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode, we're away against top-of-the-table local rivals Boston in the Conference North. Then we're going to do a little bit of time travelling to get through to the FA Cup second round game away against Conference National side Macclesfield, with the potential payday that we need so desperately as a carrot if we can get through that game. But we're not even thinking about that yet, because this is a massive, massive game, and it wouldn't be this big if not for the kind of form that we've been in. Form has been nothing short of excellent since we switched to the new sort of 4-4-2, 4-3-3 asymmetric, if you're going by Football Manager terminology. It's just been great. But Boston are runaway leaders of the Conference National. They're 5 points clear, and they're 12 points clear of where we are, just outside this slightly different shaded area that we're refusing to name at the moment. So it's probably unrealistic to go there. Certainly unrealistic going there expecting a win. It's probably a little naive to go there hoping for a win. They're probably going to give us a severe thumping, especially because Dale Witham has got a suspension. So we're having to play Kelvin Douglas in midfield as a ball-winning midfielder from the start. The other option would be Matt Sparrow, who isn't the same Matt Sparrow we had last season. He's not got it anymore. His legs have gone. Douglas did play here for the last part of the last game and did score a screamer, but he's going to be needing to do a wholly different job today and actually get in there, make some tackles and be a proper ball-winning midfielder from the start. In positive news though, Jordan Wright has now signed a contract with us until the end of the season, so hopefully we're not going to have anyone come in and steal him from us. And in addition to that, we've also made the permanent signing of Jay Wilson, who you met in the last episode. He's not fit yet. He's played an under-18s and an under-23 game this week to try and get him up to some match fitness. Hopefully he'll be ready to be challenging for a spot on the bench for the Macclesfield game, but I have high hopes for him as well. And we've actually got him in as a backup for the two wide positions that are so crucial to this new system. So the team for today's game away against Boston, we've got Willis in goal, a back four of Roberts, Cook, Masonda and Gurr, Wright, Douglas and Brogan in midfield with Tova Wright, and in behind or wide of the returning Joe Parker, who's now fit again, and Madeley up front. Nathan Jarman is also fit again, so he takes a spot on the bench just because, you know, if he's ever going to get another goal for us, it's going to be in the local derby, surely. Yes, I'm excited that Jordan Wright signed a contract. I just hope that he wasn't playing out of his skin in the hope of earning a contract, because he's on a lot of money. £375 a week at this level is far more than we can afford. And we probably wouldn't have given that to anyone other than him, possibly Joe Parker being the only exception, but he's in on a proper contract already. Oh, for goodness sake. Well, 4 minutes on the clock, and Sam Wright's got himself sent off, which, I mean, that changes everything. I guess we have to take Madeley off. Oh, this is not good. We're going to stick Matt Sparrow in there. Parker's going to have to do it all on his own up front, and that's not a good start to the game. Wade Fairhurst, the top scorer in the division as well, takes the free kick but hits it into the wall. But we've got to play almost this entire game with 10 men. And Sam Wright, this is becoming a habit with him. He does that in the big games. I think he gets himself a little bit too overexcited. And this team, I mean, we've given a lot of plaudits to Wright, and I thought we'd given away a penalty. Oh, they've had a player sent off. Wow. Okay, it's 10 on 10 now after only 10 minutes. This is a proper local derby. Goodness me. As I was saying, a lot of plaudits have gone to the front three that we've got in this new system and the wide men, but a lot of the defensive, well, all of the defensive stability of it comes from the fact that we've got the two top quality ball-winning midfielders in the middle, Witham and Wright, but neither of them are in the team now. Matt Sparrow's going to have to roll back the years, and hopefully he's got one more good top quality performance in him, and his legs will last the full game. And then Kelvin Douglas, completely untested in his position, we're asking him to play today. But the fact that they've had a player sent off too, I mean, there's some weird combinations of formation going to appear in this game. They're currently doing a 4-2-1-2. They had a sort of lopsided, almost the same version as us for a little while. They're trying lots of different things to try and accommodate the fact that they're down to 10 men. I'm fairly comfortable that ours looks okay. Yes, Joe Parker's a bit on his own up front, and he's got to come off now because the fitness test before the match said he could only do 60 minutes. Nathan Jarman's got 45 in him apparently, so here we go. We follow the physio instructions because we can't risk a recurrence of Joe Parker's injury because he's so important to us. And Nathan Jarman, he's never going to get a better opportunity to reignite his legendary status at Gainsborough Trinity. Right. I don't really want to make this last substitution. In fact, I don't think I'm going to. We're just gonna leave it as it is, and just, I mean, if we're forced into something, we'll be forced into something. I mean, if we can hold on for these last 10 minutes, this will be a fantastic result. But as I'm saying it, and we've already identified him as the top scorer in the division, Wade Fairhurst does get what's probably going to be the winning goal for Boston, and it's such a shame because we've done so well, but we've not really offered much in the way of a goal threat, have we? Again, looking back on the decisions that have been made in this game, perhaps taking a striker off when the other two strikers weren't fully fit wasn't the best plan with 3 minutes on the clock, but what else could we have done to sort of accommodate the fact that we were down to 10 men? We didn't know they were going to get a player sent off as well. And, yeah, that's a shame. I mean, we've put up a good fight. Only losing 1-0. I mean, we've offered nothing in the way of attacking threat. It's not a disaster, but it would have been nice to have a proper fair fight with... Well, fight's probably the wrong word. We need to go and have a word with Sam Wright. But disappointed. Hopefully, the only disappointment of the episode. Now for some time travel. Right, time travel complete. And I can recommend against time travel because it doesn't do great things for your results. Look, all played in normal time. And lots of green circles. Time travel, reds and oranges. So we got knocked out of the FA Trophy by Bradford Park Avenue, who we just thumped in the league. I don't understand the world sometimes. And then, I mean, to be honest, the AFC Telford game, they're up in third place in the league. That's a good result. And most notable for the fact that in the 88th minute, this man, Nathan Jarman, finally scored his first goal in 11 games. He's back. He's still not fit, but, you know, he's scoring goals again, so that's a good thing. This is the team that we're going to be playing against Macclesfield. Sam Wright is still suspended after being sent off in the previous game, and Stephen Brogan's now picked up an injury. It's one of the things we were afraid of. He's got a bruised thigh, going to be out for another week or so. Thigh? Can't even speak. New boy Jay Wilson still not really fit enough to get in the side. So Joe Guest has been in deputising and has played okay. He set up a goal for Jordan Wright in the last game. So I can't remember what team we had last time. I guess the changes with them comes in. I don't think he was in the side last time you were with me. He comes in for Wright, I guess, with Douglas still keeping his spot in the centre of midfield. Him playing as a ball-winning midfielder, it's coincided with us not winning a game. So we'll just throw that out there into the universe. Joe Guest is in on the left of midfield. And Danny Elliott is the man to partner Madeley up front today because he's the form striker at the club. 4 goals from 5 starts, an average rating of 7.18 in his last 5 games. He's playing well. He's scoring goals. Why not give the lad a try against Macclesfield? Macclesfield are lower mid-table in the Conference National, so it's a game we should lose. We probably will lose, but there's always that maybe, just maybe, we can do something a little bit special and get ourselves into the draw for the 3rd round of the FA Cup, which would be an amazing achievement and would go a long way towards solving the financial problems that we're having. So I'm hoping that the game sees that and thinks, oh, look, bless him, he's trying hard, we'll fix his finances. But, I mean, that's not a good start. Why don't you help me out, football manager? Goodness me. So, we're 1-0 down after 10 minutes. That's a Gainsborough goal they've scored there. They've just lumped it forward from the centre circle. The guy who lumped it dropped immediately back onto the halfway line. Whoop, gone too far forward, lumped it, must drop back. But the ball eludes all of our defenders and their striker just nips in to just score a rather efficient non-league goal, which we need some kind of response to, really. It's frustrating that both Jarman, Johnson, Parker, none of them are fit. They're all on the bench today, but none of them match fit. They're all struggling to get themselves back to where they were before their injuries. I mean, there's 60 or 70 goals between those three players, but we just can't get them fit. Every time they come back in the side, they're poor. They're not getting involved in the game. Their match fitness doesn't seem to be improving, despite playing for us, playing under 23 games. Perhaps I'm playing them in too many games, trying to get some match fitness into them, and it's keeping them down. But it's a problem that needs fixing, because although Danny Elliott's been doing all right in the Conference North, he's a bit out of his depth in this game. So we're 2-0 down at half-time. Like I say, we've got 70 goals worth of player sat there on the bench to try and change the game, but I don't know, 2-0 down and we're not really looking in it. I don't know how much changing there is that we can do. I guess the positives we can look at are that neither team's had a clear-cut chance yet. Macclesfield have just done well from the two opportunities that they've had. Danny Elliott's just hit the post, still not had a clear-cut opportunity. But you know, it would have been usually when I'm talking smack about him, that's normally when he gets his act together. But I'm starting to get the feeling that it's not to be today. We're not exactly getting the money spinning FA Cup run we hoped for with 1,300 people here at Macclesfield. I mean, we'd have struggled to find a team in this round with a lower attendance. There's no money coming in from this, and I thought they were going to get their third. They've now had a clear-cut chance, and they're starting to assert themselves on the game a little bit more now. We need a goal now, or it's just not happening, I don't think. And they're coming at us again. Witham comes along well to cover. Douglas tries to put right in behind, and he is. Can he get the crossover for Madeley? And he does, and we are back in it. I said we needed the goal now. There it is. Sam Madeley is 8 for the season. It's 2-1, 25 minutes to go, and we've got that big pile of goals sat on the bench. None of them are fit, though. 25 minutes, though. But we can't really bring all three of them on. We can't even really bring two of them on, because Madeley's just got himself a goal, so he has to stay on, really. So Danny Elliott's coming off. Do we bring on Joe Parker? Do we bring on Nathan Jarman? I'm ruling Joey Johnson out for the time being. Parker's closer to match fitness. Jarman has better morale. Jarman scored in the last game and is a club hero. Oh, it's got to be him, hasn't it? Do not let me down, Nathan Jarman. I'm really doubting myself with that decision. Kyle Porter, who are you? You're one of our loanees, aren't you? It's not really the game to bring a player we've never tried before into the team. We're going to bring Picton on for Douglas. I really don't like Douglas as a ball-winning midfielder, and I'm loath to change the tactic in any way at all, because it's done so well to shoot us up the table the way it has. So perhaps the solution is playing Picton there, although he's not as good a player. He can tackle, but that was disallowed. Ignore the sad face, Kev. This is all building up to one of our famous crescendos. I'm exhaling with such force that it's steaming up my glasses. I'm going to bring Joey Johnson on for Madeley, and we're going to go with the 55-goal partnership from last season for the last 10 minutes. They've got one goal between them this year, but they did combine for the goal in the last game against Telford. It was Johnson's pass to Jarman that got us that all-important goal, but I don't think it's happening today, is it? We've got a minute and a half left on the clock, and Macclesfield have the ball. We need to get it back off them right now. Go on, get in there now. Cook does get it back, and Johnson finds Jarman. It's like the last game all over again. Imagine if he'd have scored that. I mean, he could see the headlines himself. He was never going to score from there. He's Nathan Jarman. But, he felt the headline just as much as I did. And Jack Gurr clearly doesn't realise the state the game is in, because that just wasted our last 30 seconds. I mean, that was just stupid. Never mind, It's not to be. I guess because we're knocked out of everything, we can focus on the league now. I mean, how did the cup run do? I mean, we were 50 grand in debt when all that started. So the two games in the first and the second round have wiped off a little bit of the debt. We still have financial problems. We're way over our wage budget. We're in the red everywhere. We've managed to get ourselves into a pickle, and we kind of need to get promoted this season, or we're going to be in financial ruin. But it's not likely, is it? It'd be one of the most unlikely promotions in the history of the world. And that's the position the media predicted us in at the start of the year, 11th. So finishing there would be completely fair anyway. So I guess from here on in, we do just focus on the league. That's it now. No more cup games. Let's just go and win our next 20 games. I mean, we've had long winning runs already this season. Let's have another one of them. We've had a little bit of a sticky patch again. Now it's time for another one of them and see where we end up after that. If you've enjoyed that, make sure you pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and thank you very much for watching.